what is Big Local about? Well, if I go back to one of the base documents, which was just produced a few years ago, it's about helping communities to be better able to identify local needs, take action and respond to them. That's clearly why we're here this morning, as far as I'm concerned. People have increased skills and confidence, so they continue to identify and respond to needs in the future. It's about building up social capital. In 10 years' time, the 3 Parishes Big Local programme will have improved the lives of the people who live in and around the area. The 3 parishes will be even more safe, comfortable, and will be a good place to live, learn and grow. That's the sort of context in which we're working here.
3 parishes will help you to network with other organisations.
We had initial startup help from the Big Local with business networking advice and things. Through the summer we ran various workshops and things, and the Big Local have been really helpful by publicising those in their messenger handout that they distribute throughout the 3 parishes. And through that we've actually discovered kind of a new demographic that we weren't expecting, which is grandparents. We find that grandparents are picking up the leaflets in the hairdressers and things like that, and when they're stuck with the grandkids through the summer holidays, they were coming to us for activities. So thanks to the 3 Big Local doing the messenger leaflet, that we found a kind of a whole new layer of customer.
Just bringing general people together that wouldn't usually have a chance to come together, and even especially around here, there's not a lot of. It's hard to find what is to do around here. Even if you Google, you can't really find things. So the Big Local does.
It's getting people together. You know, they have a lot of meetings. They have stuff going on with different businesses, and they get like all the businesses together on the Thursday. They get, if you're working from home and you're by yourself, they got a group which you can go to, and you can go and work with them. Say working by yourself, so it's a bit of a community thing.
We've made so many contacts within the 3 parishes because of their help. Pushing us all together really, so it's been really helpful. When we did a session back in the autumn, we used Michelle from Love to Dance, who's another of our 3 parishes small businesses. She came along and ran a dance session for us as well, so kind of thanks to 3P Big pushing us together with networking events.
They really pushed me in that kind of direction to go and get yourself a shop and stuff like that. Give me a bit of encouragement, right, to go and do things. Confidence is just booming at the moment.
There are other sources of funding, and Pat went over and spent a morning or so writing a bid for them for a water-all lottery money. And that's one of the things we've done more increasingly, is to say, yes, we'll grant you half this money, but you need to go for this other source, to try and get people thinking, not just us.
There was no capacity in the area for people to be going out and filling in grant forms, and there was
it's an
historically
and that legacy of it being so difficult lingers on.
Yes.
So if somebody within a group says, why don't we apply for funding? You can see the faces around the table go, well, who's going to get the short straw for that?
Yeah.
It's so difficult, whereas you've turned that on the head locally.
We've associated ourselves with a number of businesses and helped them out, and also I think there's a stage before that whereby people have never applied for grants before, and as such they don't really understand the process and so on. So part of what we do is that sort of education to get people into a place where they can present for a grant in a positive way.
There's lots going on, and I think that was coming out very clearly as somebody that's not actively involved in what's been going on. What Big Local has contributed is some infrastructure support. It's been local and it's been accessible. It's created some finance and some easy access to finance because people know what's going on. The forms have been user friendly and so on, and that's led to what we started to talk about random activity starting, and we talked about that being volunteer or interest led, but actually that's with improved communication which Big Local have provided has led to a bit more coherent approach, and although it's very much bottom up, it is targeting the needs of the local people, so it's actually providing services for people that people want.
I think it's the first time anybody's really asked the community what they want and put it into a plan. So that's been very valuable in forming what we do right from the beginning.
The sort of programmes that Big Local are running, whether it's for kids, for older people, or indeed for business development purposes, is having the effect of creating opportunities within all 3 parishes.
We support people as young as 3 years old up to 103. So in my role we do youth cafes, youth clubs, youth councils, activity clubs, after school clubs, football sessions, holiday clubs, fitness sessions, you name it, we do it. We support thousands of people every single week, and we wouldn't be able to do anything that we do like those projects without the great support of the three parishes.
Interesting is you tend to get involved with things you've never been involved with before.
Doing media rep and doing videos, interviewing people, compiling the video is something I would never have done had I not been part of the three Parish Big Local.
There are talks about them kind of trying to do some business directory to kind of link people up with other local businesses. So instead of going on the internet and throwing up whatever Google throws up first, that they'll have a directory of who's around the corner that they could use for things, which would be excellent, just try and keep people in the area as well.
Gave me a grant, which has helped me along to buy some specialist tools for the job, and it's helped me no end. It really has helped me. The three parishes have very rarely said no to anything as long as they can see that there's a pathway forward, that there's a plan for sustainability in the future, and that we're helping people's lives. They've been fantastic.
It begins and ends with people. You know, people can make things happen, and I suppose what we're up to is making a difference, and that difference is not for now, it's going forward, you know, so that if people get used to working together in a certain way, hopefully that's got a life to it that's quite, you know, going to be quite good.
Big Local's making a difference in the sense that it's tremendously increased the amount of cross-parish working that there is in the area.
Bringing communities together, that is how I describe it, yeah.